Okay, so it's currently February 16th, 2024, and we are ramping up to the release of Wuthering Waves. And CBT, the closed beta test 2 has been ramping out, and the invitations are starting to go out. I haven't got mine yet, but I'm still holding out hope. But before that, there's been a qualifications distribution notice, which is giving us all a bit of a sneak peek on what we can expect in the closed beta 2 and in the further official release of the game. So let's get right into it. Here, let's go through here the start of Closed Beta 2 Qualifications Distribution Notice, published on February 16th, just less than an hour ago, and let's read through. So here, dear rovers, the qualifications for Wuthering Waves Closed Beta Test 2 are now being distributed. You can check if you're qualified via the following methods. Go to CBT2 qualification inquiry page and log in with the credentials you provided when you filled in the recruitment questionnaire, then click check qualification to see if you're qualified. So what you have to do is you have to click this link here, and it will bring you to this page right here, which if you've tried to get into the closed beta test, you've already pressed this pre-register, entered your details, went through, and here we have this new button here called the check qualification. And if you click on this here, you'll be asked for your login details again, and once you put your login details, it will tell you right here if you've been qualified. If you have been qualified, you'll be greeted with this message here, but if you haven't, then you will if you haven't qualified, or if they're still not decided yet, you will see this, which is kind of a shame. I wish they would let us know if we've been outright denied, if they've checked our qualifications, said, okay, no, we don't want this person. And I would much rather them tell us directly or more explicitly, no, you don't qualify, we're sorry, you just have to wait for the official release. But that's what it is. So we have to just, if you want, you can just click this check again, check again, check again, and check again, check again, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. And also you can check the email, because if you are qualified, you will also get an email through the link through the email that you provided, saying congratulations, you have been qualified. Also, rovers who gain the CBT2 qualification by other means, either by community events, for example, you'll be contacted via DM for further information after the event ends. Please check your DM for messages from our verified official accounts. Okay, so that's more about that. But what I really wanted to get into was this page here. This is going through all the developers stuff, which is giving us a sneak peek into what we can expect in Closed Beta Test 2 and the official release. As we all know, between Closed Beta Test 1 and Closed Beta Test 2 and the official, there have been a lot of major changes. If you've seen the developer video, you will know that they've basically just overhauled the entire thing, and we're not sure. They said that they changed the story, but we're not so sure exactly how they changed it. They said they've changed near on 90% of it, so what we all knew before could just basically go out the window entirely. So let's just see what we've got through. What we've got here. Greetings, rovers. It has been a while since the previous Wuthering Waves beta test. First and foremost, we would like to express our gratitude to each and every one of you who have been following and supporting the development of Wuthering Waves. During this interlude, our team has made extensive changes, adjustments, and optimizations to the game contents based on feedback and suggestions we received from you. Before you embark on the next round of testing, we would like to share you with a summary of our development process for over the past 10 months, and also a few sneak peeks of some new content that will be featured in the second closed beta test. Okay, so story vision. This is the big overhaul that they went through. Stories are a crucial part of a world as expansive as Wuthering Waves and have been our priority in the list changes. During this period, we performed a thorough overhaul of the in-game stories, removed settings that were deemed unsatisfactory, and made adjustments to the character designs accordingly. With the above changes, necessary modifications are also needed to be made to the overall story flow, animations, voiceovers, and other resources, basically the entire thing. In this iteration of the test, we have implemented the skip function. They're implementing a skip function. Thank God. Yes. Okay, cool. Which aims to improve the player's overall speed and pacing when experiencing some story missions. In addition, the inclusion of resonator story missions for Jian and Lingyang will also will help players fully experience the charm of these resonators. So each character is going to get their own personal story quest, in conjunction with supporting game modes to gain a grasp of a more immersive gaming experience. Okay, what's this? What's this here? Okay. Okay. So it's this picture of Sanha with standing next to Jian. Who? I don't know who these two are in the background, though. We can't really tell. Go here. So this is running through a location. I'm not actually sure what this location is. It could be leading up to a dungeon. I'm liking the thunder and lightning effects in the background there. That's pretty cool. All right, so this is making use of the I don't know what the function is going to be called. Like it looks like a grappling hook type function to get around the map quickly, which is pretty cool. And I'm loving these designs as well, like the floating areas and just the whole aesthetic. And I'm seeing some like Asian style buildings, and this building down here is like upside down, so we might be like messing around with dimensions or something. Okay, so let's go into improvements to combat. Let's zoom out a little. Okay, the combat system from the previous beta was well received by the community, which, yes, it definitely was. Using it as a foundation, we have made optimizations to the overall combat loop experience centered around the intro skill and outro skill. The intro skill and outro skill, if I remember correctly, let me just get my notes up here. The intro skill, if I remember correctly, is called the cooperative skill, and the outro skill is the resonance chain, but I'm not entirely too sure about that. That's what it sounds like to me. So detailed adjustments were made to aspects such as character skill effects, general combat mechanics, screen shaking, camera lock-on, etc. Echo skills were further improved, giving them smoother performances, and echo skills boasting special utilities will also serve as countermeasures during necessary combat situations. So what it's saying here is that you will basically, for some battles, you will more than likely like need precise, like exact echoes. Like you can't just go in with any random echoes. You would need a certain echo or a certain set of echoes to get through some of the battles, which would be interesting. 3 new resonators. Jianjin, we just recently saw a character video for her. Lingyang and Kalkaro. Who the hell's Kalkaro? Kalkaro. Wuthering Waves. Okay. Kakarot? Oh, okay, so we all thought his name was called Kakarot before, but apparently it looks like his name is actually supposed to be like written or pronounced Kalkaro or Kakaro? Yeah, okay, cool. So Kalkaro have been introduced into the game for players to experience, along with 3 bosses, the Impermanence Heron, Mechabomination, and Tempest Mephis, plus a new phase for Scar, which was shown in the previous releases. While reducing the complexity for players to gain the know-how of the in-game combat system, we also added high difficulty elites and the tactical hologram Calamity game modes placed around various areas of the map, which greatly reward players that are seeking for challenges. So basically what it's saying here is that they've made it easier for casuals up here, like so reducing the complexity, they're making it easier for casual players, but also adding more difficult areas for those that want a challenge, that want to get into the more detailed and more skill-based combat, skill-based high difficulty combat challenges, which is cool. So that they're appealing to both sides, which is really, really good. Because I had heard that a lot of the mechanics did seem a bit more complicated than what people are used to, particularly coming from other games such as Genshin Impact. So this is good to hear. Our goal is for players, regardless of skill level or appeal for action games, to become engaged as quickly as possible and fully experience the smooth and satisfying combat Wuthering Waves has to offer. Exactly what I was saying. Okay, we've got this giant Yeti gorilla type boss here. Picks up Sanhua and just like slams her into the ground. Holy shit. Okay, cool. Graphics quality improvements. Okay. The adjustments to the in-game visuals introduce a more comfortable and polished appearance. Internally, the team implemented a more detailed atmosphere tier system to address the player feedback of visual fatigue experienced from the previous test. Thus, focused optimizations were put into place to model renderings, shapes, special effects, clothing designs based on characters' appearances. Okay. During this test, players will have the opportunity to witness and be immersed in weather phenomena like the etheric sea, celestial anomaly, and retroact rain. Okay, so basically just, what's the celestial anomaly? I'm guessing this is like, I'm guessing that might be the kind of like thunder effects that we saw, and the retroact rain is just the rain effect. Etheric sea, I don't know what that means. Okay, it'll be interesting to see what that is. Unique to the world of the Wuthering Waves. Yeah, definitely unique, because I don't know what it means. In specific areas, distinctly designed sceneries have been placed by combining our concept designs, hoping to bring players a different experience. And this is just beautiful here. We've got all these like sakura trees on here and all the petals flying around, which is really, really cool. Optimizations to echoes and new in-game events. So I'm really, really interested in the ecosystem, like see how they're going to be implemented. Compared to the previous test, we included a dedicated tutorial guide for the ecosystem. Good. Okay. While also lowering the difficulty of discovering and obtaining echoes. After obtaining an echo for the first time, the chances of re-obtaining it in the same tacit field will be increased the more you challenge it. So the more you fight it, the more you're likely to get it. The current echo kit adopts a tag-based system, which makes for versatile combinations and strategies based on the circumstances. Players will now also have the opportunity to encounter and collect elusive echoes. Final name may vary in game. So if I remember, this is like basically shinies. These are special shiny versions of any echoes. These echoes possess special appearances, shinies, and features, but we won't spoil them just yet. So it's not just that they look different, they also might have some like a special effects, like a more like extra attributes or something on them. Again, not being spoiled, but we'll have to find out, but that's a good thing. So you're not just going to collect them for the aesthetics, you're actually going to collect them to get like even higher boosts for your characters. Last but not least, for the first time, limited time in-game events such as the Depths of Illusion Realm and Overdash Club Track Challenge will also be available for experiencing in this test. So before, in the previous test, they weren't able to like experience these challenges, but in this closed beta test 2, they will be able to take part in these challenges. This design is absolutely insane. Christ. 2 sets of wings and a tail back here. And we stop. Okay. Legs. And that looks like a kind of a hummingbird type beak. And I've got these wings here. That's really, really interesting. Okay, cool. Okay. And okay, so this is what I'm guessing this is what the regular version looks like up here. And this might be what the shiny version would look like, which is really cool. I like this design, like the blue glow. That's just really, really cool. Okay, and this, I'm guessing she's in a train, but why is the like grass throughout the train? That's really interesting. Okay, as the game is currently in its development phase, some of the content players experience are still work in progress builds, which may lead to unpleasant gaming experiences. Players will find some voiceover content for the characters and storylines absent within the game, but rest assured these contents are undergoing rigorous development as we perform further improvements to the game. Players participating in the beta test from mobile devices may experience increased power consumption, overheating, and other issues for certain devices. Cross-platform performance, various UI interfaces, and in-game text localizations and existing voiceovers will also undergo further optimizations down the line. So basically what it's saying here is that even though we're going through the closed beta test 2, there's still a lot more we need to go through right now, and this is not the final thing. Again, we should know that it's closed beta test. It's not anything like that. It's a beta test, so there's still a lot they're still working down on. We are deeply aware that the game still has many shortcomings, and your feedback and suggestions propel us to strive towards the goal of presenting a game enjoyed by all rovers, as we will continue to carry out new features and enhancements to the game, which I believe, because from the previous beta test and all the feedback they got, they basically just flipped the script and just like did, I say, a complete overhaul. So they are very, very receptive to criticism and feedback to improving the game. So I have full confidence that they will actually follow through on that, unlike some other companies. Stay tuned to future development messages on further updates and improvements to Wuthering Waves. Thank you for being a part of the Wuthering Waves community, and we hope to see you soon in the upcoming closed beta test. Let me in, bro. Just let me in. I cannot wait for this at all. It looks absolutely insane. So to all of you out there, make sure you check the official site, check your qualifications, see if you can get in. If you can get in, give me your account. I'm kidding. Kind of. Even though we're going through closed beta test 2 now, I'm actually expecting this to be released sometime in summer, like mid to late summer. Before October, because October is when their game license in China expires, and I don't think they want to go through the entire rigmarole of going like reapplying for the license and getting that. So I'm expecting they want to go through with around mid to late summer, so June, July, maybe August. That's when I'm expecting it. And until then, I really, really, really need to upgrade my GPU, because a 1050 Ti is not going to cut it, I expect. So yeah, what do you think? Are you looking forward to this game? I know I am. Let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, see you next video. Bye.